Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Mr. Gill Plays Transport Fever 2 in the beta. I can't remember how I pronounce it. I think I change it every day. I think it's beta. Beta testing. Beta. Beta sounds better. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. You know what I find a little bit incongruous. Oh man, why do I always try and say words that I haven't said out loud for a long time? Incongruous is that you have quite a modern factory, yeah? Modern for 1856, yeah? But then you have this boy. Is that modern for 1856, or is this like modern for 1952? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is weird incongruity. Oh man, stop it. Okay, let's start again. Hello, welcome. Right, anyway, in the last episode, we connected up this little thing for Holt. We are making money. We're making about 100,000 a year, which is fine. That's great. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That is good money in the bank. These lines are fulfilling our goal of everything being efficient, profitable, and connected. Those are the three things. Efficient, profitable, connected. Anyway, I was looking around the map at the end of the last episode and I was like, what can we do next? What can we do that's a bit more fun? Those are nice little horsey routes. Bam, 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 bam. Makes us a little bit of money. And then I was looking over here and I saw this. So we've got some iron here. We've got some coal there. We've got a thing that makes steel here. We've got a river. Yeah, we take that up the river. We've got a tools factory. We take that across the river. We dump those tools into Lee. We take those tools from Lee as well. We can dump them into Holt. We can also then connect up this quarry. So whoever's taken tools, they're dropping tools off at Lee and back and forth. Actually, that'll be a separate one. But then somebody's taken tools to Holt. No, because then how are they going to have room unless we put a train? Okay, let's just start with dropping tools off to Lee. Let me get, because look, we know boats are super slow. Do we even have boats yet? I think we have boats. We're pretty sure we have boats. Boats are super slow, so I think it's still going to be a good one. Comes up here, drops it off, bam, 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 bam. Let's do it. All right, give me a second. Okay, this is a tiny bit more complicated than I thought, but I think we've got it connected. This is super expensive. We maybe shouldn't have done this, and I possibly should have saved before this, but that's fine. Let's see what happens. So basically, I've tried to connect so that I think these connect up. These, look, it highlights both of those. That's awesome. This one highlights that one. That's awesome. It's going to save on all this connectivity. So now I just need to connect this up to here, this up to here. This goes actually back and forth. Then, wait a second. Shush. This takes it up to there, then picks up, drops it there, and then there'll be a little truck going back to there. I think it's a thing. All right. Let me see what happens. Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. This is the first new industry that's popped up. A new industry is available, Fowey Meat Processing Plant. So far we've probably had about 20 or 30 industries disappear, as far as I can remember. And this is the first one, so 7 years into the game. Heaps of stuff has disappeared, and now we have a new one appearing. That's pretty cool. I'm still waiting for this to kind of done. I think I might have overextended myself. I don't know. I hope not. I hope we haven't screwed ourselves again. We'll see what happens. I'll be back. Okay, there we go. It's 1860. 10 years so far in the game. Now let's check what we've just done. We've created this iron to steel, coal to steel, steel back on this coal run. Then it's picked up by these boats, taken up here to be made into tools, then dropped off here on the way back. It's all okay. We made 76,000, but it's on and off year because of the length of time it takes the boats to go back and forth. So the boats technically are unprofitable, as we can see there, and that's a problem. That's a major problem, because we need them to be profitable. Every other part of this line is profitable. We can see the iron line is making us 37, this line making us 74, and the delivery line up here is making us 10 or something like that. It's fine. But it's just the boats. Now the problem with this is that the boats aren't frequent enough, as far as I can tell. What's the frequency? I know there. 12 minutes. It needs to come down. However, if we increase the amount of boats, they're not going to be carrying as much. They're going to make less profit. So we also need to increase the number of carts and all that kind of stuff. And I just don't have the cash. I just don't have the cash. We could borrow a couple more million, but we're already paying 75,000. It's going to take, using horse and carts, it just takes 2 to 3 years for everything to kind of get going. And filter up as what's that? Blackrod Sawmill. Where's Blackrod? So all these new things keep on popping up, so we're trying to keep an eye on them, because some of them could be great little connections that we want to make. I don't think that was there before. No, that was there. Yeah, okay, that was fine. I'm really thinking if there's some way to put something on the boats on the way back. And I was thinking, they could stop here, pick up crude, drop it on this side of the river, and that could go into here and make oil. But there's nowhere over this side that can either use the oil to make something or go anywhere with the oil. So that's kind of pointless. I was thinking you could have, these are dual compartment boats, and they're only pretty much half full each time they go up. I was thinking passengers. They could drop passengers here. You could put a little bridge, and the passengers could be stagecoached into Wootton Under Edge. They could be stagecoached from Lee into this one here. So you could put passengers on as well. That could work. Could work. However, it means that we could never really increase the steel amount above a certain level, because then no passengers could fit. So that's kind of like, yeah. But then again, wait, they're bringing if the passengers were locked in, it was only bringing back from Lee to Wootton Under Edge. I don't know if you can lock them in like that. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. So it's okay. Look, we're back in positives. We're back in the positive. We're going to be okay for sure. It's just going to take 4 or 5 years for us to get, kind of, not 4 or 5 years, maybe 2 or 3 years for us to get kind of normal again, so that we can start investing, because we have spent a bit of cash and we want to pay this down, because putting 75,000 a year into loan interest, that's kind of killing us. Because if we took that away, all of a sudden we'd be making 103,000 a year, which we were making before we created this line. So we're basically just only covering our asses by creating this massive little network that's running around here. But it is definitely good for the future. I mean, it's growing Lee quite fast. Look at that. And I love that we're matching. It's 213. The target population is 212. We're matching everything. We've got 0 of anything. Obviously, we've got no big trucks or anything rolling around, so the emissions are low, but still. Right. I think we'll leave it there. And I don't know what we're going to do next. I'm tempted to play around with this idea of passengers coming back into Wootton Under Edge, this city here. I'm very tempted with that idea, just because I don't think these guys are going to be profitable ever. I just think it takes them too long. There's too much time, and they're not fast enough. If this was like hovercraft, which go at like 95 kilometers an hour, whatever hovercraft do, then they'd be fine, but they don't. So that's one of the options for next episode, or we do a little bit of a bit of food swapping over here with Fowey. So we head back up to where we were originally, do a bit of wheat bread thing into Fowey. If we check the destinations, that's still 7. It's not a huge amount, but it's something we could grow for sure. Because remember, this is probably an ideal loop, a train loop. Stockport, Fowey, Beverley, Backup. back into Stockport. That would be really good. And we're going to start to see a lot more trains starting to pop through. Now we've passed the kind of first 10 years, things are going to start to be available to us that weren't before. The other routes are all working great, which is cool. But yeah, now it's either a long waiting game, or we just push forward. We borrow the extra 2.5 million and go. Oh, what's this? Ackle Tools. Where's Ackle again? Ackle? Acel. I don't know how you say these words. Where's that city? Acel. Ackle. Ah, there. There's a tool factory where? It said new tool factory. Maybe it was this. I don't know. I've not seen it before. Yeah, it must have been that. Ackle's tool factory. Yeah, it's kind of boring. It doesn't really help us at all. Yeah, and I guess now with this new dynamic kind of industry spawning and despawning, I kind of have to feel like I have to pause every 10 minutes and go, okay, what's changed on the map? It's hard to keep a kind of memory of where everything was and where everything wasn't, because it happens quite often. I'd say every couple of minutes in like real time, something is disappearing or spawning, which is pretty quick. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And it kind of changes a little bit. You kind of got to think about moving fast. You kind of sometimes you might see something, you're like, cool, we've got to move on to this now. Let's just screw all the plans we had over here and let's do this one now. But anyway, I would like any suggestions for what we should focus on next. I mean, again, we could effectively borrow 2.5 million if we really wanted to, which is a potentially good idea. There's nothing wrong with borrowing money to make money. But we'd have to come up with something that's going to actually start to make us a couple of 100,000 on its own. Because we can cover about what? Somewhere between probably 20 and 60 or 70,000 we're probably covering now. So we can do that, but we need a couple of 100,000 so we can start to pay for trains, because trains are costing a lot of money. So let me know. I scrolled around a little bit. You could pause at any time. Let me know if you see something that you think we should do. My view is a bit of FOWY action here, which is probably only going to bring about 30,000 a year, if that. So it's not a huge amount, but it's a good thing because it potentially grows FOWY so that the connection to Stockport is good. It's really unfortunate that there's not another farm around there. Well, there was, and it disappeared. So now, I mean, could we drag that across the river? Oh, it just seems such a waste. Oh, there was a farm here as well, it disappeared. So yeah, we're losing our farms. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, and I've said before, I'm not going to put up thumbnails with like the text and the arrows and the pointings and the things and the oh, check it, I killed everything and I set fire to everything in Transport Fever 2. See how I beat the game. I'm not that sort of person. I'm just playing, and I like playing. And to be honest, I like recording and talking a bit of bollocks. So if you enjoy it, please click the like button. Subscribe if you can. It does help a lot. It's just encouraging, you know, that it just makes you feel like I do this anyway. But it's kind of nice when somebody says, "Good job, man." And you're like, yeah. And I know I don't do a good job. I do an okay job. So you could say, "Okay job, mate." You're not the best, but you're doing all right. You're trying, and so that'd be nice. But otherwise, I hope you have a great day. I hope you eat some cheese today, because cheese is awesome. And I hope all your dreams come true. I'll catch you soon. Bye.